Brittany Freeman here with head women's basketball coach Torie Murillo as we are getting ready for the 2021 season opener. Coach Murillo, last year's season was full of ups and downs with schedule changes due to COVID and a year that was definitely unexpected. How has the mindset of the team changed stepping into this new season?
I think that this year we're really excited kind of just to get back to a sense of normalcy. So our preseason looked completely different, kind of like previous years in the past. Our current practice schedules look completely different. We're not working in group settings like we were when you were on the team in the last year.
Yep.
But we're definitely doing a little bit more 5-on-5, getting a little bit more than just 14 minutes of 5-on-5 on. And even though the girls haven't got to play together as a unit for more than just the summer, they've actually done a really good job of playing together and forming that chemistry that we kind of lacked last year, and doing a lot better job of just really utilizing and capitalizing on the time that we're playing up and down 5-on-5 and in a practice setting, and dedicated to. I think they know what they have to lose now, and I think that they know what it could be like going back to those COVID restrictions, and so I think they're overall just more excited for it to just be normal and get back to playing basketball.
Right, which is all that you can really ask for.
Right.
What are some things that you learned after finishing last year's season?
That adversity is tough, and that when I don't get to have that passion, that energy, and that excitement with the game, it's not really the game that I love coaching. I think that it's definitely for those that finished well last year. I big props to their leadership and their team to having an overall just morale of fighting through that. But when we work in a group setting and we really get to pull on each other and learn from each other and have that collaborative culture within our program, we're a lot more successful for sure.
Exactly. You're about to start a brand new season as we are just days away from opening up with your season opener for an exhibition game before starting conference play. What are some things that you've made key to work on during this preseason time?
I think our big, definitely our big vocal point is just that we have 1 year with a lot of these girls. I've always been nervous to kind of recruit 1-year girls, and now that we have this COVID year, we've definitely got some great players just off of their 5th year, and I think our leadership has kind of taken a different perspective of, okay, I'm really going to learn how to build relationships with these girls, even though I have only a year left. And then I think the team an entire team has said, okay, we're going to give it our all just for this last year. And in the past, we've looked at okay, well, let's build a program and let's build, we don't have to be excellent this year. And they've completely changed that mindset, and they've taken kind of what we've thrown at them and said, we're going to be excellent in everything that we do this year. And it's kind of we have this goal and we only have a year to accomplish it. And so we've really focused on building relationships and building kind of that synergy within each other and building it at a sense of urgency. We don't have 3 years to build a championship team. We have 2 months. And so they're really doing it with a sense of urgency, and we every day are talking about building relationships, communicating with each other, and then doing it with a sense of urgency. So
Right, exactly. Well, you have a lot of new faces this year, and you have a lot of returners. Can you tell us a little bit about some of those girls?
Definitely. So we'll start with returners. I think the biggest returner that biggest name that probably people would know would be Matti Morgan. We're very excited for her to be stepping into kind of a new role, but also be stepping into a new mindset. I think last year she kind of played with a chip on her shoulder, and I think this year she's done a really good job of building relationships with new girls, with her returners, and doing a really good job of just playing more so with the love of the game and the love for her teammates. And her leadership definitely reflects that this year. It's not so harsh when she's correcting people. It's more so hey, I genuinely care about you. Here's my correction. Or playing just because she loves it, and you can just see the energy feed off of her from other people. Another returner that we have that's a little bit older, we've got London Foster, we've got Katie Frazier that is doing a really good job, both of them, of kind of filling those roles of they're learning from leadership still, but then they're also like talking and communicating like a leader in practices, and they're doing a good job of that. Emily Baldwin has done a great job of just soaking up her role. Every day we kind of talk, and she's done a really good job of just, me and coach have noticed like she just does her role well, and she doesn't do more than what we've asked her. She works harder. Every time we try to challenge her, she does work harder, but she does what we need her to do, and we can trust her to do that. And so incredibly proud of just like how she stepped into that new role that we've asked her to do this year, because a lot of kids would go from, I started as a point guard, to now you're asking me to play a two guard and only do certain things. And I trust her even more because her mentality was just like, all right, coach, that's what you need me to do. I'm going to do it.
Right.
Like, that speaks volumes just to who she is and the character that she has. So, but very excited for Daisy Washington and Cece as they're growing. I mean, they were freshmen having to play a big role, and now they're getting to do a lot of great things. They're getting to just play, and they're getting to just learn, and I think that's great for them, and that's great for our program. And then new faces, man, I could talk about all of them, so I don't want to waste your time. But, two big ones that we kind of talked about in preseason talk is Tatiana McRae, and she's done I wish I had her for 4 years. She's done an awesome job of just soaking up like what we want. She's completely bought in. I don't know what she did with other coaches, but I mean, she's like a gym that's just bought in, kind of like how you just like constantly looked me in the eyes, constantly was, wanting to better herself every day. That's what she does. She wants to come here and she wants to get better, and she wants to hold her teammates accountable. She wants to be a vocal leader. She wants to just be an overall great athlete and a great person. And it just really projects on just who she is on the court. And she's a great post leader for us. And then Ainsley Tolson, I don't even know where to start with the kid. She's super hard worker. She holds herself accountable. She's probably the most energy we've had since you. So I guess you split into two people, which is great.
Right.
But she's like energy on another planet. She does a great job of just like energize our buddy, just goes. So defensively, we're going to use that as a weapon and put her on the front line and really just kind of like take control of our whole like energy and our effort defensively and kind of set the tone for us. And then offensively, man, she's a threat from any place we put her. If we put her at the one, she's great coming off a ball screen. There's a couple of our horn sets. And if we put her at the two, then, she's a great shooter for us. She's a great attacker. But on top of that, she's ideal, like just energize everybody. That's just going to keep going. But we're very proud of how she's done in practice, and very proud of just her overall efforts that she's given us this year. So.
Right.
Yeah.
And so another big one that you have also is Tiffany Davenport. And so how do you see her kind of fitting into another big role here at Avila when she transferred from Truman? She obviously did a lot of great things for that team and for that program. So how do you see her kind of fitting in and vibing with this whole program here at Avila?
Definitely. She is a huge asset for us. I think, when we coached against her and played them at Truman 2 years ago, I just realized like how vital she was as a point guard. Her vision is incredible. Her distribution is incredible. And then just her facilitating and how she leads, how she communicates, how she's a vocal leader for them. I thought was great. And I kind of was like, man, I definitely need to recruit someone like that. Never in a million years did I think I was actually going to get her to be a player on my team, which I'm incredibly excited about. And just very honored to have the privilege to coach someone like that. Not only is she, been thrown into kind of a leadership position because I told her, you've done it for 4 years with girls who are incredibly talented, and now I'm going to ask you to do that with girls that are talented but probably haven't played at a level that those girls did. And so I do put a lot of responsibility on her, and I do make her do a lot of things for us within the team, just leadership wise. But she's done an incredible job just taking that on, an incredible job just soaking that up and being a leader. But she's an incredible person. Her heart's great. So doing that is just kind of second nature. A lot of the things we've asked her to do is just her being her and her being Tiff. And I think that I challenge her defensively, and I make her think. She's a very smart IQ player already, but I think that she does an incredible job of trying to push herself to be the best defensive player. Because truly, I mean, if she's on the floor, she should be the best offensive player, facilitator, guard-wise. Point guard, she should be the best in our conference. But defensively, I'd put money on it. She'd be one of the most smart defensive players that we have on the floor as well, too. So
Right.
she'll be a huge asset to us this year for sure.
Right. Well, it sounds like you have a lot of great girls coming back for you and a lot of new faces. I mean, you have Matti Morgan, who is a 3P all KCAC preseason player for you. She's earned KCAC all year, every single year that she's been on the floor. So, and then you have some really great transfers coming in. So we should be really excited to see kind of what they have to bring to the table and see what kind of factors they bring to your team. Looking at the schedule this year, what are some games that you're most looking forward to?
I'm really excited for the first 2 games. You know, I'm a Heart baby. I played in the Heart. I love the Heart of America Conference. But I'm really excited to get to playing those coaches again that I played against, that I've also coached against when my first year. We love to kind of get that in competition, and they're also in our ARC rating, and so it'd be good to see kind of how we match up against them. And then obviously just when we're in conference, we've got some learning to do. Just we have a new team, so we're gonna have to learn how to play against certain coaches and certain players. But I'm just excited to kind of get back into our conference and kind of get back to playing how we were 2 years ago, and just having that element of excitement of competing with people that that are familiar faces for our girls and that are familiar coaches for us. So obviously excited to get into conference, but definitely looking forward to some of those Heart games for sure.
Right. And those are always just so much fun because, I mean, I played in the Heart too with you, and it was just a whole different atmosphere and everything, just having those different teams and stuff. So it kind of gives you a better visual before going into those conference for the KCAC.
Definitely.
Along with that, what are just some goals that you have set for your team this year?
I think big goals is we're really focusing defensively. We've kind of put in a different system this year that's a little bit more tailored to our girls and who we have. We're a little bit longer and a little bit quicker guard-wise, so we're really trying to get after it and utilize a couple different strategies defensively, so I'm really excited about that. When we keep constantly repeating to them that our best offense is our defense. And I know I used to say that with you guys, but I think that this team really gets it. Like, they love transition offense. They're obsessed with it. They have a heart for it. They're really good at it.
Right.
When we're doing like advantage drills, or we're doing anything with just where we're in a position to score and take advantage, they are capitalizing on it. They're really successful in it. And so I think putting in this new scheme defensively is really just going to help give them confidence offensively, and they're going to just take it with just go with it. And then they've done a really, really good job of that too. So
Right. Well, we'll be really interested to see kind of how your team equips with everything going on, because I know, when I played and stuff, defense was just a huge factor for the team, and, defense wins games. So we're going to be really excited to kind of see where these girls take off and kind of see their capability this year as the season goes on. Best of luck to you, Coach Murillo, as you're getting ready for another exciting basketball season here at Avila University. First game is set for Friday, November 5th at Baker. This is Brittany Freeman with head women's basketball coach, Coach Murillo. Coach, best of luck to you.